Alright, so yesterday's topic was the positioning ourselves for the better. So it's a really cool concept. I've had this concept for a while now that I've been telling people, but like yesterday was like the chance to like actually like go in depth in it. So pretty much it's like so many people pray for things, like we pray every day or we're meant to pray every day and we're meant to like talk to God, ask God things and thank him for things, right? But the thing is, like, most of the times when we ask Him for things, for blessings, like, oh, I want to receive this or that, we don't really comprehend that we have to be in a position to receive it. So you can ask all you want, and if you don't, if you're not in a position to receive it, it's not going to, it's not going to appear as a blessing when you get it. Like sometimes it can even come as a curse. Like we can be like, oh, I really want this. I really want to win the lotto. Great example. I really want to win the lotto. So winning the lotto to a lot of people would be like, oh, such a good blessing. It's huge. But if you look at past lottery winners, most people that win the lotto end up regretting the fact that they ever won. When the loss of friendships, the family problems, the financial problems that come with it, the headache that they don't know how to manage it, all these things come, and everybody from the outside is just like, oh, if I won $1 million, are you kidding me? Like, I'd be completely fine. I'd use it up right now. Like, blah, blah, blah. It's so easy to talk from the sidelines. It's very easy to talk when you're not the one involved. You're not the one in the motion. And so, like, I brought up a very, like, personal point that happened to me was throughout the whole accident and everything in the recovery process, there was like this stage where I was in a very big depression stage, like super depressed. And this is like what started the whole Aluna push was I felt stuck. Like there was nothing I can do. And then I just realized, I was like, you know what? The only reason I'm getting so frustrated and depressed is because I had goals. I had like goals and accomplishments I had in my head of where I want to be when I'm 21, 22, 23 years old. I had goals. And me being unable to walk or injured at the time, the goals weren't seeming realistic. And that was bothering me. That was the thing that was pushing my head down and being like, oh, this, that. It was making me sad, making me depressed, all this and that. So, how did I counter it? It was just erase all the goals. Have no expectations, have no goals, have no accomplishments set. That way, like on a blank page, just reset the whole thing. Just erase everything. And the minute I did that, it was just like, okay, now what? Right? It just left the stage of like, okay, now what? Like, I'm not sad. I'm not upset about anything. It's just, what now? And that's where you can call out God. Just be like, all right, God, you put me in this position. Now what? Now what? And like that's kind of the way I live my life still to this day. It's like, oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that. It's like honestly, when I'm stuck between two places, I just wait until one door closes. The door that closes is the one that's not meant to be. That's a very simple, basic, non-stressful way to live. Is go through the path that's open at that moment. You're living in the moment. This door's open. Go through it. Walk through it. Because naturally, God pushes you or guides you in the right way. And the only thing that stops you is your mind, the people around you, this, that, other people's opinions. At the end of the day, God's guiding you. Just trust the fact that He's guiding you in the position that you're meant to go. And if you're ever stuck, ask Him or just wait. Wait for one of them to close. One of the options will go away, and you're like, oh, I don't have multiple options anymore. I'll just go with this one. Very simple way to live. It's not exciting, but at the end of the day, it's going through. You're going through it, and you're getting out. Like I just decided, you know what? No goals or accomplishments. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. I'm not doing that. Could I have done? Could I have continued school, gone to continue doing law and this and that? It's like, yeah, I could have. But at the end of the day, it was like my head would have been like this. In order to go to college, I would have had to be like wheeled around or in a wheelchair. And like, you know what? That's like not gonna like nothing wrong with people that go around college in wheelchairs. Personally, it would just break me mentally to have to do something like that. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then learn online. One, I'm not really good at online. I'm not really a fan of the whole online thing. And two, it's like I don't like to have to be forced to do online. Like if I was a choice, like I could go to campus, but I'm choosing to do online, then all right. But like in this case, I wouldn't have been. I would have been forced to do online because I can't go to campus. I was just like, I don't like that limitation. I don't like it. So what am I gonna do? Just erase it. Erase it. It's not worth the emotional like stress or the beat down or like the depression stage that I'd have to go through every single time. So I was like, you know what? Erase it. That's not that's not the path. It's not the path because life's not meant to be difficult. It's not meant to be depressing. It's not meant to be any of those things. And if it is, go the other way. Go the other route and see where it takes you. So I just erased everything. I was just like, all right, what's the goal? Where am I meant to be? God, open a door. And slowly the door started opening up. We opened one door, just went right through it. Open another one. It's like as you just go through one door, more start opening. And that's the whole thing about like positioning ourselves. You can't just pray to God and oh I want this, oh I want that. It's like think about how that person, let's say um a great one nowadays is actually like people being like, oh I want this type of wife, or oh I'm looking for this type of husband, right? Like the whole marriage stage. And at the end of the day, it's like you can ask them what type of guy or what type of girl are you looking for, and they'll describe it to you, and then you can just simply reply back on and what type of guy or girl is that person that you're looking for. Like you can, it's not just oh I want that girl. She's gotta want you back. You just oh I want that guy. He's gotta want you back too. But now positioning yourselves to receive the blessing. If you want this in this person, you have to be able to attract this in this person. You can't just be like, oh, I want this person. Like it's like you're walking into a Publix. You can't go and shop for Dior in a Walmart. You just can't do it. It's like, oh, I want the Dior belt. It's like, buddy, you're in Walmart. Like, go get the great value belt. You know, it's like you have to go in the right place to receive what you want, and it's all about positioning. If you don't position yourself the right way, the blessings might not seem like blessings when they finally come. So it's all about positioning ourselves. Spend more time working on yourself to receive the things you want than asking. I think a lot of people, it's very simple to ask, and so a lot of people do just ask, and then they get beat down. But at the end of the day, if you don't expect or you don't ask, you can't really get disappointed when it doesn't happen. So don't ask. Position yourself to receive. You attract what you give out. Give out positivity, good things. Oh, I'm a responsible person, this, that. You're going to attract other responsible people. You're going to attract other like-minded people. And I think that's what people need to focus on is positioning yourself to receive the blessings that you want. Not just asking and receiving blessings, because blessings are not always blessings. You don't always think of it as a blessing in a certain time of life. Like my accident, I consider now as the biggest blessing I could have had. But in the moment, if somebody would have told me it was a blessing, I'd probably freak out on them. I probably did, honestly. Thinking about it now. Probably did freak out on them. That's because it's in the moment. In the moment, certain things I wasn't positioned to receive it as a blessing at that time. Now I am. So it's all about positioning. And going forward, I really wish and hope people can, take some time and position yourself to receive the blessings that you want. And just see how God will just send them nonstop. Have a good one.